Hello YouTube friends, Sherry Valley here with Rusty Wagon and my trusty sidekick, Lucky Lou, destroying the kids' puzzle. This is a quick video on some of the supplies that you need for soap making. I am a novice soap maker. I started because my kids and I have sensitive skin, and one has, for I guess the layman, she has chicken skin, which is dry, patchy skin, and commercial soap just destroys it. So I started researching, and now I make my own soap. So my tips and suggestions for you for making soap are: you need a digital scale, an immersion blender. I totally trashed mine. Apparently I dropped it one too many times, and I had to MacGyver it to make the batch of soap that is kind of going through the saponification process underneath here. You have to keep it warm for 24 hours. You also need a digital thermometer. All of your equipment that you do use has to be stainless steel, plastic, or wood. You can buy fancy molds. I choose not to. You can use cardboard boxes. This shape and size is relatively good for soap. After you line it with plastic, and then your soap will come out, and it'll be nice. I use one of these cutters. It's a cutter for baking. I just found that to be lesser expensive than the soap making cutters. I also use household 100% lye drain opener for my lye in my soap. You can get this at hardware stores. You usually have better luck at mom and pop hardware stores like Ace or True Value. And when you do find it, buy a couple because they're hard to come by. They sell out quickly. For safety measures, you need vinegar. Vinegar stops the chemical reaction of the lye should you splash it on yourself. And always, always wear rubber gloves. Mark all of your things that you use for soap, so that your family doesn't use it and come in contact with the lye, because it burns pretty severely. Another thing that I do is I buy inexpensive containers at the dollar store, because then when they get all nasty, you can just ditch it and you don't feel so bad. Right now I did a batch of soap, and I'm letting this harden, and then once it's hardened, I'm going to scrape it out really well and use paper towels and clean it out, because you don't want to get that down your drain. And then after that, then you can wash it. And I usually like to rinse it with a little bit of vinegar to stop the reaction from the drain cleaner, aka lye. And when you do make soap, if you use a lard-based soap, which I like, it's a harder soap. You need to buy 100% lard. Don't buy the stuff that comes in the circle containers. You know which brand I'm talking about, whether it's that brand or a brand from the store, because if you read the ingredients, there's a lot of other things in there besides lard. And you need 100% lard when you make lard-based soaps. So it's important that you read the ingredients on the different products that you do purchase to make soap. I like these silicone baking trays because you don't have to cut the soap and it pops out really easily. And these are pumpkins and leaves, and because summer's on its way, I scented my soap with orange and lemongrass. Lemongrass does really well at keeping bugs away. Oh, and I just spilled that trying to open it to show you. Oops. Here's another one. Those are little teeny ones, and I like making these to put next to the sink because they're small, good for kids' hands, and good for giving samples to family and friends. My other suggestion is buy good quality fragrances. Well, I use essential oil. I don't actually use fragrance in my soap, because if it's not good enough for you to eat or put directly on your skin, it's not good enough for your soap. I would not suggest buying fragrances that they sell at hobby stores in your soap, because it kind of defeats the purpose of making your own soap. Another product that is good for your soap is things like turmeric. You can color your soap with it. It will obviously be orange or yellowish depending on the concentration of turmeric you put in your soap, but turmeric is also good for it's good for your skin. It's good for inflammation. So that's a few of my tips and tricks on soap making. My other suggestion is please, please, please do your research. Read as many books as you can on the subject. And I hope this was helpful.